Hey everybody, and welcome back. We are doing another taking a deeper look, going deep into what's going on in the sessions and some of the topics that are coming up when I'm working with my clients. So the thing I wanted to talk about as we enter this new year is communication. Now, I am all for communication. I am all for encouraging my clients, my couples, my families to talk to one another, to communicate and to connect. But sometimes you've got to pick your moments. And one thing that I'm noticing when couples and families start to work through things, they often decide that they want to talk about these big topics at times when perhaps a different kind of communication might be more appropriate and more healing. So let me give you an example. Susan comes into session and things aren't great between her and hubby, and they're not really feeling as though they're connecting with each other. And certainly things in the bedroom and intimately, they're kind of, they're off the table. And there's lots of things that are going on that need to be spoken about. But like many of my couples and clients, they're also juggling busy commitments, family life, children, businesses. It's all going on, okay? So again, like many people, time together is not something that gets prioritized. It's something that has to be planned. It's something that has to be prepped for. But what happens is, when they do finally get some time together, guess what? Susan wants to talk about the difficult issues. She wants to have that time to discuss what's going on. And hubby, he just puts the defenses up. This is not what he wants to talk about. It's not a comfortable conversation. He probably doesn't want to talk about it much at all. Some people don't. But here they are. They finally got some time together. This is not a couple where the relationship is ending, but there's work to be done. And they've gone out for this lovely meal. And then what happens is she wants to have a deep conversation. Now, you'd think, well, why not? They've got time, they're in this space. How about actually spending that time to actually enjoy each other's company? They don't get that time very often. And now what happens is every time she suggests that they have a date night, or they spend some time together, hubby thinks, oh my God, we're going to have a deep talk. So he's not even open to that anymore. And they're losing that spontaneity and they're losing that connection and conversation as two people who enjoy their time together. So pick your moments, okay? When your time is limited, when you want to actually start reconnecting, when you want to rebuild that relationship between the two of you, and even if it's as a family or somebody else, it doesn't have to be your partner, but this normally happens between couples, between partners. Make sure that you pick your moment. Not every moment that you get on your own together is about the big conversations. You need to find that time to enjoy that space together like you used to have that conversation about things that are important to you, but are not about diving into the relationship, to find that renewed spark of like, why did we like spending time together? What did we talk about before? Because I can guarantee that if you can get some of that going, then you're going to find some of the other conversations easier because you're going to get used to communicating with each other again. So when you do sit down and you want to air what's going on for you, when you want to talk about how you're feeling and what's going on and what you might like to be different, your partner doesn't feel blindsided. He doesn't feel like, or she doesn't feel like it's the only time that you'd spend time together is these deep conversations. They're more open to making space. So making space in your partnership for good times and connecting and communicating on a lighter level is just as important. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you today about in this short behind the scenes, is when things need talking about, pick your moment. So I'm going to be back in some more episodes talking a bit more about how you can have those deeper conversations and how you can approach them so that your partner doesn't feel as though they're being attacked and you feel as though you're both being heard and listened. And I'll of course be exploring all other aspects of relationships. It's 2022. It's the year for me to get us focusing on our relationships. And of course, I've got some great guests coming up, and you can find all of that by simply subscribing, making sure that you never miss an episode. So whatever you've got planned, nurture your relationships in this year, nurture what it is that you love and live about those relationships. And I'll see you again here in the relationship arena.